people not to use violence when there are challenges that they are facing.
West Premier Supra Mahupelo speaks to the media after last week's violence, calling for patience. He also faces some tough questions. And as the bus strike continues, commuters are forced to opt for more expensive transport. West Premier Supra Mahupelo has spoken out about the violence that rocked the province last week. There were riots and running battles in and around Mahikeng, much of it sparked by service delivery delays and unhappiness over the Premier, who's being accused of corruption. Mahumapelo says people should use the structures set up to air their grievances and not resort to violence.
We will urge people not to use violence when there are challenges that they are facing. We will urge our people, when there are challenges that we are facing, let's work with our government. We may be unhappy with a few things that government is doing, but let's work with our government. Be patient.
Well, Mahumapelo was less forthcoming when our reporter Samkele Maseko pushed him for an answer on the cattle he allegedly gave to former President Zuma and a R1 million bursary Mahumapelo's son is believed to have received from state arms company Denel.
No, I won't answer that question, must ask Denel. But I saw their statement where they say everything else was followed according to procedure in Denel. So that question can first and best be answered by Denel. I'm not Denel. I don't control Denel, my brother.
And then the issue of the 1.5 million rands worth of cattle given as a gift to your political ally?
The officials have just discussed that matter. Now, we have a meeting. We have discussed that particular matter. And we have mandated our acting provincial secretary. You see, she's in classes. She's the one who is going to be communicating. She's the one who is going to be communicating the official stance of the ANC on that particular matter.
ANC Secretary-General Ace Magashule has given KwaZulu-Natal the go-ahead to hold its much-disputed elective conference. Now, he was speaking at the conclusion of the party's NWC meeting in Durban today.
Everybody unanimously, I think, are all agreeing throughout the regions that we are ready for regional conferences, we are ready for provincial conferences, we are ready, and we are happy that our structures are busy ensuring that there is unity and cohesion in the province. Yes, there are some challenges here and there, and we are not tiring. We are happy that the entire provincial task team, led by Comrade Mabuya Kulu and Comrade Sitla Zikalala, comrades are working together to forge unity for the ANC so that we are able to score a decisive victory in terms of our general elections next year.
The nationwide bus strike continued today. Commuters are queuing for hours for alternative transport. They're also feeling the pinch financially, as many have no option other than the more expensive taxis. Atium Tongana spoke to transport users and striking bus drivers and discovered that money's tight all round.
It's day 6 of the national bus strike and commuters are still standing in long queues trying to find alternative transport. Many here say they had to wake up very early but will still be late for work and school.
26-year-old Simpiwe Nombamba is the legal guardian of his 2 younger siblings. Their mother passed away in 2013 and he's been taking care of his family financially ever since. He's a final year student at the Cape Peninsula University of Technology and works part-time.
Besides the classes and everything else, that's where it hit me the most, because I made sure that I budget for like monthly, which is I know that I'm going to use 605 rands.
Traveling in a taxi for many is slightly more costly when compared to using a bus.
With the bus, it's actually much cheaper. Because it costs me around how much? It's 605 rands a monthly, and then a weekly it's 137 rands 50. Whereas if I'm going to take a taxi, it's going to cost me around 180 for a weekly.
Last week's talks between employers and unions collapsed again. Workers were offered an 8.5% wage increase for the first year and 8% for the second year. but unions want 9%.
As a driver, we know that we are hard workers, but at the time, things are going up, the cost of living is too high. That's why we need a little bit percent to have at least something to support our family.
These workers and many more are expected to march to Parliament on Wednesday. Tim Tongana, Cape Town.
Still ahead on eNews at 8. Would you have done the same as this father? The man who flung his 1-year-old daughter off the roof of his shack explains why he did it. The Eastern Cape father who flung his 1-year-old daughter off the roof of his shack during an eviction has explained why he did what he did. And the question perhaps this evening, would any other parent have acted differently? Sandy McCowan was in the New Brighton Magistrates Court today when the father appeared.
The court heard that the man built a shack on vacant municipal land in the Joe Slovo informal settlement because he couldn't afford the rent for living in a shack in a backyard anymore.
Amapolisa bechitha izindlu zabahlali. So nditheke mina ngokucinga kwami ukuba ndisithi ndenza into yoba ingachithwa indlu lenhlala kuyo nabantwana. Ndathi mandithathe umntana ndihlale naye phezu kwendlu. Lakhwela eli lomlungu. Ukhola kwalo andiwabonanga amanye angene njani phaa phezu kwendlu. Ndiwabone selalapha phezu kwendlu esiza kum. Ndabona amazinki lana apha ngasemva egoba. Ngoku ndacinga into yoba umntana lona ngoku kuzawuba nzima nditshone naye apha phakathi emazinkini andisike asike nomntana limaze umntana. Ndabona ukubhethe ngcono ndimphose kumamakhe. Hayi ngale ndlela sebeyithetha ngayo ngoku yokuba mna ndifuna ukubulala umntana. Bengasoba ndifuna umbulala umntana.
At the beginning, it was said that he has committed an attempted murder when he threw the child down there. But we had to work around it and say it's a matter of us not being able at the time to prove dolus eventualis. That is, that the man honestly intended to throw the child down. Then it was changed to child abuse.
He has been released on condition he consults with a social worker assigned to the case to arrange visits with his child. Sandy McCowan, Port Elizabeth.
Well, news that former President Jacob Zuma is planning to wed again has tongues wagging. His bride-to-be is 24-year-old Nonkanyiso Tonto. She's confirmed lobola has been paid. Tonto is originally from Matatiele in southern KwaZulu-Natal. Our reporter Tuba Velani interviewed her a few years ago during a Zulu cultural event.
Young, vibrant and glamorous. That's how many people who know Nonkanyiso Tonto described her. Tonto, a journalist by profession, grew up under the watchful eye of Unomkhubulwane, an organization that preserves culture and promotes virginity testing for girls. Tonto has long been an advocate for Zulu culture, and as a member of Peter Maritzburg's Nomkhubulwane Culture and Young Development Organization, led meetings at a 2015 event.
There are certain things that happen spiritually in our African or in ancestors speak in many different ways, where you do certain things and they say maybe you need to slaughter a cow, whatever. So it's not necessarily because we have sinned, but it's things that are happening around. Things that are happening around us, our atmosphere, we get pregnant, out of marriage, we do whatever. There's a lot of things that are happening.
Tonto is said to become the former president's 7th wife. While the former president was celebrating his 76th birthday on the 12th of April, Tonto reportedly gave birth to his son. Tonto seems to have known Zuma for some time. In 2013, when she was 19 years old, she was reportedly seen at Zuma's home in Nkandla. Tuba Vilane, eThekwini.
More exciting news. Former United States President Barack Obama is to visit South Africa in July at the invitation of the Nelson Mandela Foundation. He'll deliver the 16th Nelson Mandela Annual Lecture in Johannesburg in honour of the late former president. The theme is renewing the Mandela legacy and promoting active citizenship in a changing world. The lecture takes place on the 17th of July, a day before Mandela's birthday. Madiba would have been 100 years old this year.
Good evening, everyone. The big weather story for today has been the cold front that's made landfall over the southwestern parts of the country, and this system will continue moving inland overnight, bringing showers to parts of the northern and western Cape. Those continue into tomorrow morning, but will start clearing out closer to lunchtime, and it should be a dry afternoon in the area. Clear skies and warmer weather continuing in the northern and eastern parts of the country, but by tomorrow night, cloud cover thickens along the eastern Cape coastline, where light rain will be possible. The city forecast shows the showers that are expected for some areas in the Northern Cape, Springbok, Calvinia and Sutherland. Light rain at first, but that will clear out as we've already seen before lunchtime. Very similar for some areas in the Western Cape. Showers expected for most parts at first, but in the afternoon, the sunnier weather will bring temperatures into the lower 20s. A cooler day for the Eastern Cape, along with that evening rain that will be possible along the Wild Coast and the adjacent interior. And some of that rain could also reach the far southern coastline of KwaZulu-Natal, but for the rest of the province, it's going to be a sunny and hot day. Dry weather overnight allows for temperatures to drop below the 10-degree mark on the Highveld, but that won't last long after sunrise, as the clear weather allows temperatures to rise very quickly. The summer-like weather is set to continue into Limpopo, with the province reaching above the 30-degree mark. And as we cross over into the northwest, we see it's going to be a mixed day, chilly at first, but temperatures rising very quickly later on, reaching around the 30-degree mark for just about all areas. A similar day to today over the Free State, although it is going to be warmer over the province for the afternoon, and it will also be warmer into Gauteng, and this allows Pretoria to reach a maximum temperature of 30 degrees Celsius. Wednesday will bring more rain to the Western Cape as the next cold front makes landfall over the area. Cape Town with a high of 21 degrees under cloudy skies, but it's going to be another hot day all across the Highveld. Warmer weather persisting in the eastern parts for Thursday, while a few showers are likely once again in the far west. That's all from the Weather Centre. Goodbye for now.
And finally, to London, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have welcomed their third child to the family. Kate Middleton gave birth to a baby boy this morning at St Mary's Hospital. It's the same private hospital where their other two children, George and Charlotte, were born. And these are the first official pictures of the new baby. The baby boy's name has not yet been revealed. He weighs a healthy 3.9 kilograms. Kensington Palace says the Royal Highness and child are both doing well. The news has been met with great excitement across the UK, including these visitors to Buckingham Palace.
I think it'll add a little bit more family, a bit more joy into them. We're looking forward to seeing what the name will be. Any guesses?
No.
What do you think I should call him?
I have no idea.
Oh, lots of excitement, a lot happening in the royal family right now, so I'm sure it's just one more thing to be excited about and to look forward to in the coming days as well.
Urge people not to use violence when there are challenges that they are facing.
The West Premier Supra Mahupelo urges residents to use the correct channels to vent their frustrations over service delivery. And that's your news. Take care. Good night.